Hello friends, welcome to the part 4th of the international trade law, and in this video I will discuss with you about international contract, its contents and essentials. Now international contract. International contract is a mechanism under which buyers and sellers of different countries bind themselves to exchange goods and services for some form of consideration. It is necessary that party must come from different countries, then and only international contract can be possible. And while framing the international contract, it must be perfect, and it is also as complex as domestic contract. A basic trade contract involves an agreement whereby one party promises to pay for goods or services that another party provides. In many instances, international trade contracts involve import and export agreements. Trade contracts are subject to international law and are impacted by trade agreements between particular nations. Now, the contents of the trade contract. A contract contains a series of clauses setting out the details of the business relationship and the commercial operation, such as the names of the parties, the price of the products, quantities, penalties, etc. The most usual contents of a contract type are briefly described below. These are: first is headings, and heading is the title of the contract. For example, sales agreement, distributorship agreement, brokerage agreement, etc. Second one is parties, and this clause identifies and describes the parties, that is the persons or companies signing the contract. Third one is representation. It is a particular interest to the seller to ascertain that the buyer has necessary authority to act, as the person in question may not have the necessary authority to act, as the person in question may not have the decision making capacity or the degree of responsibility to assume contractual obligations. Fourth one is term. Term means the duration or period of the agreement or the termination dates. Fifth one is terms of payment. This clause determines the method of payment, the amount, the frequency, and the place where payment will be received for the transactions carried out. Sixth one is penalties and indemnity. The parties determine the type of penalties that will be applied in the event of breach or default of the contract, and how to compensate the other party for the damages incurred by the said default. It is it is also important that this clause is very important as compared to the other clauses. Seventh one is applicable jurisdiction. This clause establishes the law and procedures to which the parties may submit a problem or major claim arising from any breach of contract. Returning to the issue of contractual freedom, the parties may agree, for example, that the law of the country of destination will be applied, else they may also opt for the laws of a specific state. Eighth one is confidentiality. The parties determine the terms and issues that are not to be disclosed under any circumstances to persons or entities outside the agreement. Ninth one is amendments to contract. In this clause, the parties determine the ways in which any amendments or agendas will be made to the contract if necessary. For example, extending the contract term. Tenth one is force majeure. The parties may determine that the certain situations such as natural disasters, wars, or accidents, they also constitute the reasons of force majeure that impede the normal fulfillment of the contract and excuse them from liability. 11th one is quantity or quality. This clause describes the type of goods to be delivered, as well as the quantity, size, weight, quality standards, and other specifications. This is a crucial clause of a sale contract. Now, apart from these factors, other international regulations that may be applied are known as Incoterms, that is, international commercial terms. And international commercial terms are a set of crucial terms used by buyers and sellers to conduct all types of international commercial transactions, regardless of the product, the destination, the means of transportation, or the type of insurance chosen. These terms are issued by the International Chamber of Commerce and were last revised in the year 2010. Now, the essentials of the trade contract. There are four essentials required for this. First is there must be the offer and it must be communicated. Second one is there must be the acceptance and it must be communicated. Third one is consideration. Fourth one is contract must be lawful, not in violation of the international law. Thanks for watching this video and kindly share this video with your friends. Thanks.